period.
Pull up, it's about to go up. Show love, we coming and you know us.
It's a vibe and it's fresh on your mind. Breaking hot, top to slide. You know what we like, yeah.
Get up, you don't wanna miss us. In the mix, it's official.
It's official.
Big facts, no cap. Where you at?
Yeah.
It's time to kick back.
It's the mix.
Yeah, welcome to the mix. Now we have so much to talk about, and we got the next big artist on the rise, J.I. in the house a little bit later. But tonight, it's a special celebration here because it's the one and only mix host, Jazz's birthday, baby! Happy birthday, Jazz! How you celebrate?
Happy birthday, Jess.
Oh,
How you over there celebrating?
I'm actually out here in New Orleans right now. So, you know, I had some great food so far. I had a really great daiquiri, went to the casino. I've never been to the casino before. So I'm here with my mom and my stepdad, and they're showing me a great time. So
Got that New Orleans glow, girl.
But Jazz, baby, you know we have to get into this brand new Range Rover that you were flexing on Instagram. Please tell me how that feels.
yeah, so it was crazy because I get a call from my mom and she's like, hey, come with me real quick. I'm gonna trade one of my cars in. I want to see if you like what I'm getting. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not even thinking because it wasn't on my birthday. Like it was the day before. So I get there. She's like, yeah, this is the car. And I walk around and I see it's a bow on there. So I was like, is this mine? Like, for real? Like, yes, how you doing it? And she was like, yeah, happy birthday. And all the people from the dealership were in there. The people from the dealership was like, happy birthday.
Period.
You know, like a flash mob. You know, like a flash mob when everybody in on
I
it.
love that.
Oh my God! Listen, a Range Rover on the birthday. That's probably. I don't think you can top that. That's like.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I wanted that car for the longest. And it's like, I tell my mom things, but you know, you don't ever think like they're actually going to go out and do it. So I just always threw it around. So for her to really surprise me with it was, it meant a lot to me. So I'm having fun so far.
Yeah.
Well, Jazz, you know I'm trying to come to Houston, you know, get in the car, a little passenger seat action. But guys, let's just get right into it. So I've been in the studio working on some new music or whatever, but you know I had to stop and watch the Verzuz battle with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. And all of a sudden, who do I see? My co-host, Romeo Miller. Now, Romeo, how could you keep this a secret from us? Like,
Right.
I felt like we was closer than that.
Right.
Hey, all I could say is some things you got to keep a secret. It was for the moment. It was for the culture. And it was something we've been discussing. I hit up Swiss and he was like, this would be a great idea. I hit up Soulja Boy because, you know, I had a friendship with him growing up. He did a lot of music videos with me. He did some appearances on some of my albums. So I was like, let's do something dope for the culture. But I was like, we can't tell anybody. We can't ruin the surprise. And then we hit up Bow, and Bow was like, he knew, but he didn't know. So, but at the same time, he was cool with it. We was like, we're going to just have a great moment and an impact for the culture. So my fault. I didn't even tell my friends. I didn't tell nobody. Only God knew, though.
If there's
God,
any,
Soulja Boy, Bow, and Swiss.
if it's anybody that can keep a secret, let me tell you, it's your boy Romeo. But
It's Romeo, y'all.
Okay.
It really is.
you actually missed it. Let's show everybody a clip of the flowers that you gave to Bow Wow.
The world put us against each other. But you the Michael Jordan, right? Every era have a Michael Jordan, a Kobe, and a LeBron. You the Michael Jordan. You inspired all of us up here. You know, for real. You need your roses.
Wow, that was a beautiful speech, man. Thank you for doing that. So what inspired you to give him his flowers in the way that you did?
It's crazy because like I said, from the very beginning, people put me and Bow against each other. I was always younger, so I looked up to Bow like my big brother. When I did my first song, I put his name in my first song, you know, my biggest record to date. And it was never a competition in my eyes, but the world put us against each other. Like I always tell y'all, you got Coke, you got Pepsi, you got Sprite, you got 7-Up, you know. And it was one of those moments where God put it on my heart. I've been wanting to do it for years and years. There have been opportunities and certain platforms where we tried to make that connection and other forces kind of made it the competition thing or made it about something else. And God was like, this is the perfect platform. Like, you're on live TV. You could say what you want to say. Nobody can twist it, and just go speak from your heart. And that's what it was. It was just something that's been on my heart for a while. So yeah, shout out to Bow, and shout out to Soulja. Like I said, the only rapper and only person to get Bow and Romeo on the same stage in the past 20 years.
Absolutely.
The first.
You know, on the show before, we've definitely given you your flowers. You're so deserving of those flowers. You know what I'm saying? You were the youngest rapper to be number one, which is crazy. And I think a lot of people don't understand, you know, the beauty that you bring into this game and what you brought into this industries, man. So we definitely want to give you your flowers while we have
that part.
Thank you. I appreciate that, because a lot of people think it was just it was luck. You know, a lot of people think my dad snapped his fingers and the world fell in love with this kid, Lil Romeo, and he sold over 20 million records and had the #1 album and #1 TV show and #1 clothing line. But I put in a lot of work. You know, a lot of kids, and like Zoe know, like, it can mess with your mental health. A lot of kids are at school going to recess crying. Imagine being in a different country away from your family, having to do interviews for 7 hours straight in a room as a kid. I was doing that every other day. I remember being in France and Germany and freaking Wisconsin and Idaho, places where I'm just like, I just want to hug my mom and go to sleep, you know? So I definitely put in a lot of work, and I just appreciate you guys for just giving me those roses as well, you know, because I just be chilling, all humble, but sometimes you got to talk a little trap, your stuff.
You got to flex on them sometimes.
I told you, you got to turn up on these folks sometime, because I mean, you Romeo at the end of the day, like.
Hey, come on, don't play with the kid, man.
Please do not play with him.
Appreciate y'all.
So, Romeo, I want to talk about this speech a little more, because I knew what you meant, but you called Bow Wow MJ, you called yourself Kobe, and you called Soulja LeBron. And, you know, even though I knew some, you know, the internet likes to take things and really blow it up. So yeah. Did you want to elaborate on that, you know, a little bit more about what you meant?
Man, the internet, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. No disrespect to none of those legends. You know, there's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one Kobe. There's only one LeBron. But in the introspective things, I was saying in our era, you know, when I came out, Bow was the first to do it, right? Which means he was like the MJ. When I came, I was that young, hardworking kid who didn't have to be the most talented, but I worked my butt off. I was in the studio 24/7, and I made my own history, Kobe-ish. And then LeBron, you know, Soulja Boy is just the innovator, the one who did it differently. We never seen nothing like it. And that's your era. I didn't say the whole music game. I'm not saying I'm the Kobe of hip hop or nothing like that, because I walked away from music. Like, once I accomplished my goal of having a #1 single and being the rap artist of the year, I'm like, I want to move on to the next. So it was just of that era, you know? So for me, like, if I had to do like a real, who's the MJ and Kobe and LeBron, like, it'll be like, I'll see Jay-Z as the MJ for our culture in hip hop. I see Lil Wayne as the Kobe Bryant. I think Wayne is the hardest worker in hip hop. People don't realize this dude to lock himself in the studio 24/7. He's literally the GOAT. And I think the LeBron would be Drake if we're talking literally. You know, people got mad when I said, well, I could be D Rose if some. I'm like, look, D Rose. You know, it's no disrespect to D Rose, but I think you got to put yourself on a high pedestal if you want to succeed in anything. And you can't take things so literal, people. I knew Kobe. You know, I grew up with Kobe. I met Kobe many times. That man is one of my biggest idols. I was getting death threats because people like, don't be comparing yourself to Kobe. But it's one of those things when we shoot and we in a room, it's like you shoot. Everybody saying Kobe. I think that's the biggest sign of honor and the biggest sign of respect. But yeah, in no shape or form, I was saying I'm the literal Kobe of rap and music. It was just of that era, whether that era was for 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, or 10 years, just our little era that we had. And it was just me trying to give my roses of saying that, Bow, you kind of inspired so many of us that came after.
So I'm gonna need y'all to stop coming at Romeo, because clearly you know what he means and you just want to get mad at him for like whatever he says, and I'm sick of it. And
hey, Jamie, everybody don't know. That's the thing with the internet, and what you got to realize, people gonna just, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. And some people gonna laugh, some people gonna get it, and that's something where I laugh at certain things too. I don't take things too personal. I think people think I have a super dry sense of humor. I'm actually a pretty funny guy, like Kawhi Leonard. Wait, I did not compare myself to Kwai before that go out there.
I was about to say, that was next. Like they like, oh, here he goes.
But I'm gonna start it next. I'm gonna be the first comment. Like, did you hear Romeo say that? And I'm gonna blow it up. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on from that because Romeo, I've been dying to ask you, who do you think? And don't give a vague answer, Romeo.
You know he is. So
I know. That's why I stopped myself. Who do you think won the versus battle? Honestly,
who do I think won the versus battle? I think everybody won. The culture won.
Y'all see why I said Romeo? I said Romeo. Don't be vague.
The culture won.
You see,
but I think people seeing that versus, and that's why I was so quiet up until because these guys are young legends. You seen Soulja Boy perform songs, you like, damn, I remember bumping that back in the day. And then you seen Bow performance and his energy on stage. It's very hard to have that type of performance. You could tell he's been doing it his whole entire life. But I think everybody won because it just highlighted and showed just that greatness that these two artists had.
Well, Zanique, I know you was mad excited to watch this verse. Right. That's all you was talking about. So please, you tell me the most honest answer. Who do you think won the versus battle?
I just love that you wanted to come to me with a most honest answer because I wish you didn't even ask me this because I was about to say, Romeo, I strongly agree with you because I just feel like I feel like Romeo hit it on the head. Like it was just such a great. I mean, this was our era. Like I don't know. It's like it was so hard for me to pick one because I love both of their music. Like I wasn't like, oh, this person won this round. I'm like, this is my jam. Then the next person played.
It was like a concert, right, Zoe?
It was
like a concert.
Okay, but how do y'all feel? Because like I loved everything about it, so I couldn't choose.
I'm just being honest.
Jamie didn't watch because she probably didn't think I wasn't gonna be there. So Jamie was like, if Rome not gonna be there, I ain't gonna watch. I'm just saying.
I didn't watch. You're completely right. And I was about to text you and be like, Romeo, you should have told me because then I would have watched it. But I was waiting for this moment right now. But anyway, as the only Gen Z person here, I didn't grow up on Bow Wow. I was more Soulja Boy. So I'm gonna give it to him just to be that person.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about you?
That's a really good perspective, but I honestly have to agree with Romeo and Zoe. I'm not even trying to be politically correct, but for me,
it is politically correct.
No, both of them.
I promise you.
So honestly, I loved it. It was like a concert. It wasn't like a versus for me. It was just a concert.
Wait, Dad said the baby one?
I'm crying.
You did not, Romeo.
Happy birthday.
I'm gonna give my honest opinion of it. I'm gonna say hit for hit, Bow Wow definitely dominated the show. But I'm gonna say in terms of like commentary, performance, keeping me enthralled, like just being interesting and crazy, Soulja Boy won for me. Like, so it's the energy of Soulja Boy for me.
Yeah, it's just like you love different things about both of these artists that it was just, it was all perfect. Like, and then Romeo came out, we got a triple. I don't know if anybody see me in the comments. I was in the comments the whole time. Romeo, when you came out, I said, I was in them comments when Romeo came out, I said, y'all better give these boys they flowers, all three of them.
Yes.
Yeah, my cousin said he saw you in the comments repping.
Hey, I wasn't playing.
Yeah. Well, listen, let me tell y'all about somebody else who was winning over the weekend, and that was Miss Zanique, baby. And I was with you over the weekend, cutting it on a boat, living lavishly. You had the time of your life, and you are also in the studio working on new music. So please, can you tell everybody about this new music, and when are we getting this music, sis?
You know what? I am really excited about the music that I have been making lately. I just feel like a lot of this music is really true to myself. So I'm very excited about it. I don't like giving dates out anymore, but I'm going to say really extremely soon, which is why I've been in the studio every day. I'm going to say like in the summer, maybe. I'm going to get that out though, because, it's the mix. I can't, sugarcoat it.
Right.
I'm going to say like the end of the summer.
So now we getting a whole like album, we getting an EP, we getting just one or two songs?
I was trying to get an EP, but my team said let's go for the album. So we shall see.
Oh, y'all heard it first. We getting a whole new album from Miss Zanique.
Oh yes.
I gotta ask though, Zanique, Are we ever gonna get the OMG Girlz back? Is that ever gonna happen again?
You know what? A lot of people have been bringing the OMG Girlz up this week. I love it. But I feel like I love the girls so much. We all still have such a great bond. And I feel like I can never say that we won't do things together. I feel like we'll always come together for the right reasons.
I feel you. And with that being said, ladies and gents, we got to take a break. But J.I. is getting into the midst with us when we come back. So keep it locked right here, only on Fox Soul, baby. Come on, come turn up with us.
Welcome back to the mix. Our guest tonight is a Brooklyn native who got his start freestyling with his brothers at the age of 11. Now he's only 19 with 2 million Instagram followers and almost 500 million, yes, billion with a B, views on his YouTube channel. He's been recognized by Double XL, Genius, Billboard, and he was also named one of Rolling Stone's biggest breakthrough artists of 2020. Please not play with him. Y'all, please help us welcome J.I. into the mix.
Yeah.
How you doing, J.I.?
I'm good. How y'all feeling?
Doing good.
Bless, my brother.
Okay, and I'm ready to get right into it. So you used to be J.I. the Prince of New York, but I noticed you dropped the Prince title from your name and just go by J.I. So why the change?
I feel like it kind of limits me from as far as like where I want to be, because I don't know if it's me, but I feel like New York is the only state where like artists compete for like the king, prince, this, that, and the third. I don't see ATL doing that. I don't see California doing that. So I just feel like when I got my first break, it was on TV. So they called me the Prince of New York when originally I was trying to go by J.I., but it was kind of like a last minute thing. I ain't really have enough time to like kind of clear the air. So I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna just run with it, and whatever happens, happens. So when I kind of like broke out of the whole television show, I feel like there's like a category you're put in when you come from reality TV and you're an artist. Like I feel like you got to break through that category. So when I finally kind of stamped myself as an artist, I feel like the main goal was to kind of like break away from the Prince of New York, because I feel like it just limited myself, you know?
Yeah. He right, man. Definitely, even coming from reality TV, you see people like Cardi B came and she showed that anything's possible where if you really got the talent and the hard work and dedication, people will know you just by your artistry, you know? And I think you're one of those next ones where people going to see that, man, you a hell of a talent, you know, for real.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I definitely have to say, because I did watch you on the rap game and you've grown so much since then, but I actually did a rap reality show as well on VH1 called Sign with Rick Ross. And I can definitely attest to what you're saying. They do limit you. And when you come off the show, people only see you as what they edited you as on the show. They don't really see your full artistry. But I want to get a little into your career a bit more, because I know you're from New York, specifically Brooklyn, which is one of the meccas of the culture. So how did growing up there, influence you as a person and as an artist?
I mean, I don't know. I just felt like growing up, I was obsessed with my city. I love being from New York. So I felt like with me, my main thing was when I blow up, I want to blow up in my city. Because when I got my first break off of the television show, they had told me like New York was like the #1 city as far as ratings and viewers. But I just felt like it didn't give me enough leeway and push that I needed in my city. So I just feel like as an artist, you always want to blow up first in your city, you know? So I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, I try to incorporate my city as far as everything I do when it comes to my music, from the way I speak, the way I tell my stories, and just how I talk, you know?
That's big, man. I'm rocking the New York hat too, man. But now you definitely put it on for your city, and you said something that a lot of young artists don't get. You want to put on from where you from first. So you want to grow homegrown, because even like I was talking to my dad today, I was saying, you got to give back to your community. You got to give back to your people. That's how you make a difference. And you already doing that at 19 years old. That's crazy. But I got to ask you this. Who are some of your favorite influences? I think I know a couple, but who are some of your favorite?
I was a big Eminem fan growing up. Like when I first started putting the pen to the, excuse me, when I first started putting the pen to the pad, I felt like that was just like the main go-to artist for me. It was between Eminem and Tupac, because I was just like, with Tupac, grew up watching Verzuz, And I was a big fan of him in general, just hearing my mother play his music, my dad play his music, my stepfather at the time. So when I grew old enough to really understand it and kind of depict what he was saying, I kind of studied it in a way, like I really wanted to I just felt like it was only right, like to dig back in the roots, especially like with basketball. If you play basketball, you got to know about, the people that came before Michael Jordan, just to know your history and your knowledge, So I just felt like it was only right, digging deep into the roots. And for me, another artist I really, really, really fell in love with was Big Pun. Just as far as me, I feel like, there's not too many Spanish artists coming out of New York or in general as far as hip hop goes. So I just felt like he definitely paved the way for artists like me.
That's dope.
I love that you said Eminem, because not a lot of rappers actually give Eminem like his love that he deserves. And he from Detroit too. So big up Eminem and big up Detroit. That's my city, man. Okay, now I saw something online where you said that you've done every genre of music except rock and country, but you would kill them if you had to. So I gotta ask, are you gonna try and take on some rock and country tunes coming soon?
I'm gonna try it because I feel like growing up. The funny thing is, growing up, I didn't really like Spanish music growing up because I didn't understand it, and I just felt like I don't know, I didn't have the ear for it. So when I grew old enough to understand it and really listen to it, I was like, let me tap into my people real quick. Let me do that. So I feel like as I've expanded my ear and just my pen in general, because I'm an artist myself, I feel like I definitely want to dive into that lane and make that type of music, because I've been listening to like artists like Olivia Rodrigo, I think is her name, if you pronounce it correctly. She's super fire right now. She just dropped the album that's going crazy. But I was listening to one of her records and I'm just like, damn, like it's crazy how emotional these pop artists be, like with the way they start off their records. Like if you listen to a pop artist and like their song, you gotta listen to how they start off the record because they be mad dramatic. So it's like, as an artist and me being a lyricist, I was thinking like, damn, like I feel like I could write something like that, just tapping into that type of lane.
Okay, wait, I saw Jamie nod her head, and she don't know a lot of artists, so I would imagine that Olivia must be a Gen Zer. Is she a Gen Zer?
What I was going to say was actually J.I. and Olivia are similar because both of them have songs that have blown up on TikTok, and that's literally how I learned about both of them. So I thought it was funny because I was going to say that anyway. So I was nodding my head and laughing because I thought it was funny that he brought it up for me, basically. And that's what that was going on. But thank you for saying I don't know a lot of artists. Just embarrassing.
No, you don't know an old school artist.
No, you said what you said. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm messing.
Hey, before you jump into it, Jamie, I just got to say, Jay, I know about Juice. I got a feeling you don't know about Juice, huh?
Okay, anyway, so I wanted to ask you, since we're talking about
so TikTok, it's not a Gen Z thing. Okay, just continue. My fault.
Guys are making this difficult for me. Since we were talking about both you and Olivia blowing up on TikTok, do you think nowadays it's important for artists to have a tune that people can dance to or make a funny video on TikTok in order to be successful?
Extremely. I feel like it's crazy, but TikTok is like a whole blueprint now. Like I feel like if you look at the major artists like the Baby and stuff like that, they literally use that method to like, not that they need it because they're already like developed, but I feel like TikTok is really you need to tap into that app in order to like really get your record up there. And as you mentioned in my me blowing up on TikTok, it was crazy because when my record started blowing up on TikTok, that we kind of had like my team, we had a conversation like, all right, like how do we make more records for TikTok? Like what we were trying to like decide what's a TikTok record in general, like what do people take and and I feel like honestly the fans decide that. Like for me, I just keep speaking from the heart. Whatever they decide works, and I let them do the rest.
Yeah.
Love that.
Well, speaking of TikTok, I know that like the Black TikTokers are protesting. I just read about that recently. Do you think that's going to negatively affect?
Anton, why we got to get political right now?
It's not political.
Dang.
Not political? That's just an honest.
Wait, what were you saying? No, continue.
I was talking about it right now because I'm just getting into TikTok, but I've been reading that a lot of the Black creators on TikTok are protesting because they're tired of other creatives stealing their dances. And I was going to say, do you think this is going to negatively affect artists and the way they're able to sell their music now? Because TikTok is very influential to selling your music.
You know what it is? I feel like in general, the people speak when it's time to speak. Like in general, I feel like, I mean, regardless of what's going on as far as what's like, you know, like people protesting, I feel like the community always comes together to like really call somebody out when they're, is it cultural? Can you call it culture vulture? Like what is it? What is the term? That's it. I just feel like, yeah, I just feel like it's how you do it, you know, and I feel like it's when you do it, like the time and the how you do it, because like I said, people could tell the difference between you being genuine and not being genuine, you know. So I think it's just do it.
So I also saw that you got some attention from some other big name artists like Drake, Jermaine Dupri, and even Cardi B. So you know, how do you feel to have those big names checking for you in your music?
The Cardi B one was a big, like, because I met her in person. Like, it was kind of off guard. Like I pulled up to a restaurant when I had first signed my deal. This was probably, I want to say, maybe last January, maybe 2 Januaries ago. And I had the head chairman on my label. He had flew down to the city and he had like a dinner for me. And he had told me to go to the back where my manager was at. So at the time, all I saw was her manager, because her manager was facing me. She had her back turned. So I dapped him up first, and then to be polite, I said what's up to the lady, and Cardi B is over there like cheesing and smiling at me. She's like waving at me. I'm like, oh, that's Cardi, that's crazy. We ended up like, I'm trying to act nonchalant so I don't blow my, you know, my composure and stuff like that. But we ended up going to the studio the same day. You know, she definitely schooled me on a lot of things. You know, she was just giving me like my flowers. You know, just coming from the same city. But that's another genuine person I can say I met in person. That's really, really like, you know, she's a solid person. The Drake live, that one shocked me too. I'm not gonna lie. My little brother came in the room and he showed me. He's like, "Yo, Drake's playing you," and it was different because like Drake knew this song. Like you hear him singing the lyrics, so I'm like, "Oh, like he listens to my music. That's crazy." Like then I got the Drake follow back, so I'm like, "Oh, now we lit, we certified." You know, over it.
That's big, man. That's big for real.
Well, you go ahead, Romeo.
Oh nah, I'm listening. Ladies first.
Okay, because I was going to say, you know, I'ma always check the Insta page when somebody's coming on the show, and I saw you announce this video, but you had photos of you photoshopped looking real short. So I just want to know, like, what was that about? I thought that was going to be in the video.
You know what it is? I feel like the people like crack jokes on me all the time just because of my height, because I'm not the tallest person in the room. So like I hit up this Instagram account because they make the photos personally, where like they shrink whoever, like if you pay them or you give them you know, they'll do it. And I'm like, I had seen a picture they had did for me in the past, and I had to promote one of my music videos, and I'm like, you know, I don't want to oversaturate it with the same type of content because I had posted a clip already. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add some fuel to the fire and let me crack some jokes. So I had DM'd the account and he just sent me a whole Dropbox of just photos that he shrunk of me. I'm like, nah, we're gonna have he did one of me and A Boogie. That shit had me weak, but I didn't post it. I'm like, I'm not gonna post it. He probably gonna fill away. But he did like a whole bunch of photos for me and I just posted it.
Well, I just gotta ask you real quick. This wasn't for your new song, No Hook, the video. It was just for promotion?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a hell of a promotion right there, because it got people talking.
People's real quick.
Okay, so now that we are all outside, I know you're going to be hitting the road soon with the Young and the Restless tour. What do you have in store for all of us?
Man, just a movie. To be honest, I've been dying to really be outside in front of the fans. I had a show maybe 2 days ago in PA. And before that, I had my first show outside in Orlando. So I've literally only performed like twice. I'm about to do Rolling Loud, so I'm gonna prep for it. But I'm just super excited to be out on the road, you know, to connect with the people. Last year, my first like headlining tour, we ended up making history at SOBs. I was the first person to sell it out 3 times in a row. So, you know, we got Irving Plaza this time around. So we trying to, you know, make a movie again. But you know, I'm just trying to have fun. You know, I want to be on the road with my fans, make some movies, and you know, create memories.
So as you said, you are a part of the lineup for Rolling Loud coming on July 24th. But who are you most excited to see?
To be honest, I'm excited to see A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott. A$AP Rocky because I've seen him perform before. I had went to Rolling Loud like maybe a year before everything took off for me. And I think this was the year he brought out 50 Cent. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was a year where he brought 50 Cent out. And I'm like, nah, this legendary. He got it. So I'm excited to see him and Travis Scott because I've never seen Travis Scott perform, and I heard he goes crazy. So I want to see how that goes.
Okay. Well, if anybody knows best, I know people have been on your line about this, but I gotta ask before you leave. When are you gonna drop an album or your next single? You know, we have to know here on the mix.
So the debut album, I haven't dropped the album yet. That's probably, I want to say at the end of this year, the beginning of next year. That's definitely in the works. I feel like that's been like how you call it? I feel like I've been dragging it with the EPs. So I feel like it's time to finally drop an album. My next single is prepping to drop July 16th, I believe. It's called Morning. We got already, it's gonna go crazy. So we're pitching that to the radios already just to get it ready.
Yeah, a lot of people been waiting for an album from you. So I'm waiting too. I think you're a hell of an artist. I think you the future, man. So I'm really happy you made it on the show with us tonight, for real.
Thank you for having me.
Definitely, I agree with that, Romeo. And we do have to take a quick break, but while we're on that break, we're going to be convincing J.I. to like slide us some tickets for his shows because I'm very excited.
That's coming.
But J.I., we do want to thank you for getting into the mix with us tonight. And all of you guys at home, be sure and check out his new single, No Hook, on all platforms. And make sure to get your tickets to check him out live this summer at any of the events he will be at. We will link you to his tour dates on our IG page, so go check that out. But don't go anywhere because there is more of the mix right here on Fox Soul.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the mix, everybody. Okay, so Sunday was a huge night at the BET Awards. There were some big moments. Cardi B coming out with a whole baby bump. Lil Nas X kissing one of his dancers. Meg Thee Stallion took home 4 trophies. An incredible tribute to DMX, and Queen Latifah was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. She was truly deserving of that. So y'all, let's talk about what moments stood out to you guys this weekend.
I'm just gonna start off. I'm just gonna say I really enjoyed the BET Awards, the performances. I feel like we're all really nice. Like, you know, like how I felt like performances were getting a little boring, like in a sense, but I feel like everybody's has been like kind of coming and showing out. I love Cardi B showing her baby bump. I feel like twice, like, you know, her kids can just go back and look at that. And I'm not trying to say all of them, but I was also really here for it. I know y'all probably aren't because a lot of people weren't, but I was here for Lil Nas X kissing the guys because I felt like, you know, we got that whole Madonna and Britney kissing each other moment. And it was just like, you know, let's let the guys live.
Hey, come on. Yeah, I gotta agree with the Cardi B. Like Cardi B, if it's one thing Cardi B gonna give you, she gonna give you a baby reveal. Okay, the first time was the SNL performance, and the second time was this beautiful performance at the BET Awards. So, you know, I love that. That for me was the highlight too, for sure.
Yeah, that Cardi B performance was crazy because I got a lot of friends that's pregnant and family members that's pregnant. And I'm like, they could barely get out of the bed. So for her to be on stage doing that, man, props to her because that's not easy, you know. But I think Meg Thee Stallion stole the night. She showed why she's a superstar. When you watch her performances, ladies and gents, she's a true performer. I'm gonna say this right now. It's like you could tell she studied Beyonce. She's like a hip hop Beyonce where she's rapping. She's not out of breath when she's rapping and she's hitting the moves at the same time. That's why when you watch her receive her awards right after that, she was out of breath because she was holding it all together for that performance. But I think Meg Thee Stallion stole the night for me.
See, and Romeo, you stole the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna show up and show. I was gonna show up and show and be like, look, I know about breath control when you perform. Look at me learning about the music industry. Yeah. And I was gonna be like, good for Meg. Like her performance was so powerful, but like it was simple to the point where she didn't have a bunch of people like on stage like the baby did. It was like her and the dancers, and it was powerful. But I also want to say I did like the baby's performances.
Wait, you taking jabs? Hey, Jazz, get her. Jazz, get her.
When did I ever?
I love the baby's performance, even though his audio was a little messed up, which they showed on PTS of that, him getting mad about that. But for me, it was definitely female rapper Queen Latifah, you know, getting her Lifetime Achievement Award. I think it's very necessary. I remember when I first wanted to start rapping, my mom was like, you got to listen to Queen Latifah. You are not TY. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was dope that, you know, she's getting her flowers. And I liked her moment too, you know, acknowledging her, the woman that she's been with for years, you know, because it is Pride Month. So I think that kind of put a great cap to it for sure.
Okay, well, now it's time that we got to talk about the reason why I watch the award shows, and that is for the fashion. Okay, so Lil Nas X gave us 2 red carpet looks that were fire, and Zendaya gave us a fashion tribute to Beyonce that everybody was talking about, including Vogue. But some of the internet was not here for the red carpet looks. One person tweeted asking if all the stylists took the night off. Woo, shade. What do y'all think? And birthday girl Jazz, let's start with you. What do you think of your baby, the baby?
I thought he looked great in the yellow coat. I thought it was a really dope look. I know he's probably hot though, because what was that, in LA? I know
he probably was hot as hell. He had a little fan. He had a little fan and he was kind of,
you know, fashion is fashion. We do it for the look, for the picture. But I honestly love Zendaya's look and Jasmine Sullivan's look, as well as the baby. Top 3 for sure.
Can I just say real quick, I don't know why I thought, Tom, when you was reading about Zendaya, that you was about to say everybody was talking about it, including Zanique. Like, who did I think I was? Okay, bye. But I just want to say that I felt like Sweetie was definitely serving us looks, not 1 but 2. Even though her second dress was very heavy, it doesn't matter. The dress was bomb. And Chloe was definitely giving us looks. Her white dress, I loved.
I'm with Jazz on. I love Jasmine Sullivan. She was just shining. Like, she was just, her beauty just stood out to me, and I think she killed the red carpet look. I think she's just an amazing artist overall. So Jasmine definitely was my go-to pick.
Yeah, I gotta give Robert Rich too. I loved his tailoring. For men, I feel like it's all about how your clothes fit, and it's all about the tailoring. It can be so simple, but if it fits right and it's tailored correctly, you look like $1 million. So shout out to him too. He was one of my style picks for sure.
I hear that. What? Oh, okay, so I love that the whole theme of the awards was celebrating Black women in entertainment. So y'all know I was here for all of it. But from Taraji P. Henson hosting and acknowledging that this was the first year the BET Awards had an African-American head female writer, to the celebration of Queen Latifah. So let me ask all of you, what Black female artists do you think deserve more roses?
Ooh. Man, off top, I'm going to say, I think Foxy Brown. And with Lauryn Hill being that category, because I think Lauryn Hill just like everything. I think she's like genreless, but Lauryn Hill and Foxy Brown for me.
Okay, I heard that.
I'm gonna do a very Romeo answer and just say, why not all of them? Because everyone deserves their roses at all times. You can never get too much praise, too many compliments. Just give everyone their love all the time, and we'll all be happy.
Okay, Jamie, now you right out of my mouth, because I was gonna say all Black women. I was gonna say all of them.
I want to take the words also that Jamie said to say that I'm going to say Romeo answer as well. Tiny, my mother. Let's give her roses. Candy, Tasha, Tamika. Let's just give the whole escape their roses.
Yeah, they wrote some big songs.
Stop playing with them.
You know, while we on that tip, I'll just give some more to my sister Erica Peoples too. You know, she just
period. Yeah, like we giving Romeo answers today.
Hey, Lil Kim
for his people. Period.
Can I mention too that Lil Kim said at the BET Awards that she wanted to have a versus with Nicki Minaj. That's a mic drop right there. Now, if we get that versus, Jamie,
I would actually watch that. I actually would.
That'll be turned up. That'll be a real concert right there.
That one right there, bro.
You mixing the old school with the new school. If you look at the bigger picture, that's a celebration.
And
yeah,
that's
I'm getting tickets to that one because I don't know, Romeo. I feel like if you would have told us about the verses and that, you know, this last one that, you know, people were
Hey. So with that being
audience.
said, we got to take a break. Get off. Come on, we got to take a break. But we'll be
People
back
were in the
with more
audience.
of the mix right here on Fox. So we're gonna talk later. So it was a
Welcome back to the mix. So the summer is in full swing and everyone's preparing for the 2021 Olympics in Tokyo, Japan, that unfortunately were postponed last year due to the worldwide pandemic we all face and are continuing to conquer. But all month long, Olympic hopefuls competed for spots on the US Olympic team. And this year, the Black excellence is in full effect in almost every category, which I'm so happy to see. The track and field team is giving us stars like Trayvon Bromell, Quinera Hayes, Christina Clemens, the legend Allison Felix, and fan favorite Sha'Carri, don't let me say her name wrong, Sha'Carri Richardson, with her fiery orange hair and flawless nails. You know how we feel about nails over here on the mix.
Okay.
Don't play with them. Then there's the tale of the two Simones, Simone Manuel, who's going for the gold in swimming, and the Olympic favorite, Simone Biles, who will lead the gymnastics team once again. Last but not least, we have our basketball dream team led by Kevin Durant to assert their dominance on the court. And that's just naming a few big names. I'm sure we will learn new names by the end of the games. So are you guys excited for the Olympics this summer? What do you think about all the African-American athletes representing? And honestly, are you guys even going to watch?
I feel like I'm extremely excited, and I've never been into the Olympics before. I want to say I started kind of getting into it. Like my start was Gabby Douglas and then Simone Biles, and it's just like, oh, okay, I'm
Biles, yeah, Simone, yeah.
And I'm like, I'm tuned in, and now I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I'm definitely going to be supporting. You know, we got to pull for our country. And I just love even the basketball team. It's exciting. We don't got some of the biggest names like LeBron and Steph, but we got the other biggest names out there. We got KD hooping. I think Devin Booker said he going to hoop, right? And we got some other. Who else is going over there? Anton, did you have the list of who else is going over there with the basketball?
Well, I have the list of who's not going there.
Hey, well, look, I know.
Brought it up because, you know, a lot of people are up in arms about the fact that like the big heavy hitters aren't going to be there this year, like Anthony Davis, LeBron, as you mentioned, Steph Curry. So I wanted to ask you guys, actually, do you feel like this takes away from some of the excitement of the Dream Team?
I don't, because, and I could let Jazz hop in because I know she got a lot of basketball talk. We got some great players that's going over there. I know James Harden was supposed to, but he's hurt. So he's 50-50. But anytime you got Kevin Durant leading a team, we are good, baby. We are good.
Okay.
Listen, if Romeo says it's so about basketball, then it's so.
Then we're good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I gotta agree with Romeo. You know, Lillard's going over there as well. Draymond, like I think it's still gonna be exciting to watch. So I'm definitely gonna be tuned in for the basketball, and then I do want to see the track and field. I love the track and field, so I'm gonna tune into that as well.
Well, I hate to be the one that goes against the grain because, you know, I never go against the grain, but I love that, you know, the Black excellence is going to be put on display at this Olympics, but it is a little disappointing that this will be the year that you cannot protest peacefully or talk about, you know, what's happening over here and what's happening in our culture. So it's interesting that like all of these beautiful, talented Black people are going to the Olympics. They won't be able to like hold up a fist or, you know, say anything about Black Lives Matter when they win. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'll still be watching, you know, but that's really sad that we can't be as truthful to our people as we can be.
But you know, the silver lining of that time, when they put in work, when they go win these gold medals, guess what they represent? Whatever that message is in their heart. And that's what's going to be the thing to live forever, you know? So I think it's going to be a win-win regardless. It's just like the devil. The devil could try to hold you back, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, we can't be stopped. No negative energy, baby.
Come on.
Good vibes.
Romeo Bow. Okay. So while Romeo finishes that so beautifully, I want to get into this next topic because it's the mix, and it can't be the mix without a cute little relationship topic getting a little heated over here.
Yeah.
We'll finish this in the next segment if we have to, which I'm sure we will, knowing us. But I saw this tweet that Lyra Galore posted, and I knew this would make just the debate of the century. Can you be in love with two people at once? Who wants to go first?
Yeah.
Can you be in love with two people at once?
Yes. I think you can, because you can love them differently. And I had this discussion. Oh, listen, hear me out. You may not love one person to the full capacity or the potential of the second person, but you still love them. I think it's definitely possible. Is it healthy? No.
Before we go to break, Jazz, you can love one, you can love two, you can love three, you can love four, you can love 100 people at the same time. And I'm gonna tell you why when we come back after break.
In love, y'all getting it mixed up.
Oh,
in love.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all when you come after break.
Hey, we have
okay.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Let me just tell y'all, trying to not talk about this topic off camera was so hard for us. So I'm so happy that we're finally back on. So I'm just gonna reiterate the question. 1 second. Can you be in love with two people at once? Romeo, go.
Yes, you can. I've been in love with more than 5 people at once. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, my pets. But let me tell you, this is the problem with this question, because people put love in one category. We love our pizza, we love our food, right? Now, if we're talking about romantic love, that's a different beast right there. But when you look at the cross-cultural research of romantic relationships, you get very striking cultural differences. So like I always tell y'all, this is not a black and white question. It's a lot of gray in between. And we got to just reiterate what is love. Now, we talking about and doing all of that with two people at more than once. Some people do, some people don't.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, like I just feel like go ahead.
Because like I was saying this over the break, and I always wanted to know what it had to have been like to be young, to be rich, to be successful, to be talented, and to get any woman you wanted in your life. So I can imagine that you were in love with multiple women at the same time.
Let me tell you, Ton, it made me appreciate when you find that good woman, when you find the right woman, when you get everything fast and early, you appreciate it. Look at Justin Bieber. He's a prime example.
Okay. All right.
So it's kind of a good thing.
Zanique?
Right.
I just don't even know where to start. But let me just say that when you put it like that, I could see, with Romeo's situation, how he grew up. Yeah, maybe possible. But when we saying in love, like I'm thinking, all that was Romeo talking about romantic. That's what in love is to me. So I don't know. I've never been the person that can be in love with two people at the same time. Like I just don't even have I don't know. I have to focus on one person at one time. I cannot do two things at once.
The second you mix up the names, you already know that's where you mess up.
Wait, Jamie, huh?
Child.
Is that a personal story?
I'm just saying, don't be that person.
Don't be that person.
That you
not that
real. I feel that, Jamie, and I got a bad memory, so I'm gonna mix something up.
Me too. I'll mix up your birthday, your mom's name, something. So can't do that.
Do you believe that you can be in love with two people at the same time?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say yes, because so you guys are telling me you've never been in a situation where you're with somebody, like an ex, long time, that you're in love with, but you guys are on your end, so you break up, then you get with someone else, you fall in love with them, but you still kind of love your ex. You've never been there?
But
a lot of people been there.
Can I say this?
Yeah, a lot of people have.
I was raised to believe like if you can fall in love with someone else, then you weren't truly in love with the first person.
No.
I'm just saying that's how I was taught. So for me, that's what I believe.
That's why I said love is so complex. It's not just black or white.
Black, there's a lot of
love it.
Jazz made a hell of a point. I love Jazz's point because there's a lot of people that go through that, what Jazz just said.
I actually went through that. I was in love with two people at the same time. I had gotten out of a relationship and I was still in love, and I got into a new relationship and I was in love with two people, and it was the worst thing I have ever experienced because my heart was in two different places at one time, and I wasn't giving either one the proper love that they deserved. And so it was a tug of war with my heart. And that was, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, to be in love with two people at the same time, unless you're a player and you just get off on it. You know, that's a whole different situation. But you know, I'm not a player. I'm a lover. So
yeah, and
Please
I think
tag me in real quick.
Oh yeah, go in, Zoe.
Okay, I just want to say, when you really love somebody, you may break up, but you're not gonna be stepping out on them. You're gonna be like, oh, like we may get back together. Like, you ain't going nowhere falling in love with somebody else. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe.
Man, I rock with how Zoe love though. She got that tough love,
like,
baby.
Yeah, like I'm not. I may say we not together, but I still.
But you
love
better
you,
know.
So
But you're still.
I'm not gonna be. You know, trying to find no other love. But I don't know. Y'all different. That's what I found out on this episode of the Mix.
Hey, Zoe, the real MVP. But look, y'all. With that being said, we got to wrap it up. But we got to thank J.I. for getting into the mix with us tonight, and we want to take a moment to thank all of you for watching the mix every week. This show was our season finale, baby. That means we off to summer break. We taking a summer break. Hopefully y'all don't miss us too much. But guess what? We'll be back in the fall. Keep following the Mix official Instagram page for details on our season 2 premiere. And I got to say, man, we're very grateful for Fox Soul for giving the younger generation a voice for the culture. This is what I've been praying for, man. Having a platform like this. It's been a great season. I got to ask y'all, how are y'all feeling? This is our season finale.
Doing amazing. Can I just say real quick, we got to congratulate our showrunner, Jill King, because she won an Emmy.
Jill King, we love you. Jamal, salute, soldier. Marina, we see you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And with that being said, everyone have a blessed summer. Up next is the Book of Shine right here on Fox Soul. We love y'all.
Thank you, Marina. We love